talk about James Augustine Aloysius Joyce, who born in um 2nd February 1882, Rathcar, Dublin, Ireland, and died in 13th January 1941, um, Zurich, Switzerland, and his lifespan is 58 years. Okay, so it's told because I analysis the need exam paper and where the exam question come from the born birthplace or died place. Okay, so we naturally know the name of the James Joyce. Okay, was an Irish novelist, poet, and literary critic. He contributed to the modernist avant-garde movement and is regarded as one of the most influential and important writers of the 20th century. Joyce's novel Ulysses 1922 is a landmark in which the episodes of Homer's Odyssey are paralleled in a variety of literary styles, particularly stream of consciousness. Other well-known works are the short story collection Dubliners 1914 and the novels A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man 1916 and Finnegan's Wake 1939. His other writings include three books of poetry, a play, letters, and occasional journalism. Okay, so basically, I told this short, very short because of the need exam syllabus. It's so fast that each and every author need to cover and need to memorize. So I only discuss about some important facts. Okay, I hope that that is helpful uh, for students. Okay, I am also one of the student, and I am now preparing the NEET exam. But yeah, kindly, it's week. I am weak about the exam. Okay, but I try. Okay, now listen that the Joyce was born in Dublin into a middle class family. He attended the Jewish Congo's Wood College in County Kildare. Okay. Then briefly, the Christian brothers run O'Connell School. Okay. Despite the Catholic family life imposed by his father's unpredictable finance, he excelled at the Jewish Belvedere College. Okay. And graduated from University College Dublin in 1904-02. Okay. In 1904, he met his future wife Nora Barnacle, and they moved to mainland Europe. He briefly worked in Pula and then moved, to Trieste in Austria, Hungary. Working as a English moved. Sorry, working as an English instructor except for a 8 month stay in Rome, working as a correspondence clerk, and three visits to Dublin. Joyce resides there until 1915. In treaties, he published his book of poems, chamber music, and his short story collection, Dubliners. Okay, and he began serially publishing a portrait of the artist as a young man in the English magazine The Egoist. During most of World War I, Joyce leaves the Zurich, Switzerland, and work on Ulysses. After the war, he briefly returned to, um, you know, Trieste and then moved to Paris in 1920, which became his primary residence until 1940. Ulysses was first published in Paris in 1922, but its publication in the United Kingdom and the United States was prohibited because of its perceived sorry, obscenity. Copies were smuggled into both countries, and pirated versions were printed until the mid 1930s. When publication finally became legal, Joyce started his next major work, Finnegan's Wake, in 1923, publishing it 16 years later in 1939. Between these years, Joyce is traveled widely. He and Nora were married in a civil ceremony in London in 1931. He made a number of trips to Switzerland, frequently seeking treatment for his increasingly um, severe eye problems and severe eye problem and psychological help for his daughter Lucia. When France was occupied by Germany during World War II, Joyce moved back to Zurich in 1940. He died there in 1941 after surgery for a perforated ulcer. Okay, so less than 1 month before his 59th birthday, Ulysses frequently ranks high in lists of great books of literature and the academic literature analysis. His work is extensive and ongoing. Many writers, filmmakers, and other artists have been influenced by his stylistic innovations, such as his meticulous attention to detail, use of interior monologue, wordplay, and the radical transformation of traditional plot and character development. Though most of his adult life was spent abroad, his fictional universe centers on Dublin. It's very important that it's mainly the location of the Dublin that he used in his fictional word. Okay, and is largely populated by characters who closely resemble family members, enemies, and friends from his time there. Ulysses is particular is set in the streets and alleyway of the city. Joyce is quoted as saying, "For myself, I always write about Dublin because if I can get to the heart of Dublin, I can get to the heart of all the cities of the world. In the particular is content the universal." So this line unquote here, but so for myself I always, the line is quoted, that is the for myself I always write about Dublin because if I can get to the heart of Dublin, I can get to the heart of all cities of the world. In the particular is content the universal, quotation is end. Okay, so here we focus on the birthplace and died place and his notable works and some story about Ulysses and his major work, the portrait of the artist as a young man, and his fictional place that is focused on Dublin, of course, and his last quoted line that's are important for NET exam, that I think, and I hope so when I analysis the NET exam paper, previous paper, and the magazine where the portrait of the artist as a young man published. Okay, so and how he died, and that's all. Something, and we always say the James Joyce, but his full name was, or what is his full name? That's I don't tell in this video. You must remember it. Thanks for watching. Stay connected with me.